A while back, I asked you guys for some topics you wanted me to cover. One of you asked for me to cover some ideas for sidekicks that I wanted to see in-game. So thank you to this person here for said idea. And for anyone wondering, yes, I do have a lot more ideas on the way. I just had to take a full day just to come up with these ideas. So I'm gonna have a lot more concepts on the way and a lot more topics on the way, so woohoo. I've created a list of sidekicks that I want to see in Fortnite. Starting off this list, I've got the sidekick that I think is going to happen eventually, and that would be Patrick Star from SpongeBob. I said that he is going to get added because of two reasons. One, because you can't have SpongeBob without Patrick, and two, because when the SpongeBob sidekick was leaked, the leakers said that Patrick was also included in the collab. So, personally, I do think Patrick will become a sidekick eventually. When that time is, I don't know for sure, but I know it will happen at some point in time. As for his emote, if it was him screaming, "Lee-lee-lee-lee-lee," I think that would be enough to make a grown man cry. I mean, that would be perfection. So far, we've had a sidekick from the Marvel series and the Icon series, but what about Star Wars or Gaming Legends? Well, as for Star Wars, I am sure no one will be able to guess who I'm going to suggest, so I'm going to give you all 3 seconds to guess. Yeah, it's R2-D2. If we did get R2-D2 as a sidekick, or rather, when we get him as a sidekick, his emote is obviously going to be some beeps and bops, but this is where we could go crazy. I know it is not often, but what if a collab sidekick got customizable options? I say not often, as if any collab sidekick can be customized. So rather than this sidekick being R2-D2, what if we just got Astromech Droid as a sidekick? And then for the customizable options, we can either create our own droids or create well-known droids. Why stop at Astromech droids? What about the BB-8 model droids or Gonk droids? In fact, why limit ourselves to just droids? What about a Jawa or an Ewok? This is Star Wars. They could add so many different sidekicks to this game. I think this might be the best idea in this entire video. But unfortunately, I know that's not the best idea in this video because the next idea is my best idea. 4 words. Customizable Lego minifigure sidekick. Real ones know I just said 6 words. If Epic Games did do this, the absurd price of sidekicks would finally be justified because imagine this. So you purchase the Lego figure sidekick, you could then choose what hat, what face, what torso, what pants, and anything else that the minifigures have. In fact, just take the character customization from the TT Lego games and put it into this sidekick. It would be cool. It would be so cool if you could create your own Fortnite skins as this Lego sidekick, but honestly, if we could just get any Lego sidekick, that would be brilliant. Now let me just start this next idea by saying I do not like it when we get the sidekicks that are just Fortnite skins but smaller. And I say that specifically before starting this idea because I want you all to know that it was a struggle to put this idea on this list. Who am I talking about? Well, what if we got a bird sidekick that looked like Raven? Now, unlike the ugly Cuddle Team Leader sidekick, this sidekick would be more like the Kitsune, where it is an animal instead of a smaller skin. This Raven sidekick would just be a bird that looked like Raven. Essentially a dark raven. Ooh. Oh, yeah, earlier in this video I mentioned a Gaming Legends sidekick. Huh. So as for the Gaming Legends sidekick I want to see in game, that would be with a collab we recently got, and that was, of course, with Sonic the Hedgehog. At this point in time, there have been leaks that Sonic is going to get a skin. Either just 1 skin, 2 skins, 3 skins, or really any amount. We don't know how many yet. But, what if we got Sonic as a sidekick as well as a skin? Perhaps this would look weird, but perhaps it won't. Let me show you this game here. Pretty self-explanatory now, but I would like to see a classic Sonic sidekick rather than a Sonic sidekick. This would make it so once we do get Sonic as a skin, we could also still equip this Sonic sidekick without having any restrictions. BMO is next. And you're telling me that Epic Games gave us a second wave for Adventure Time and never gave us BMO as a sidekick? BMO's already used in an emote, so they already have a 3D model of him ready to use for a sidekick. Just throw some animations onto him. I'm sure about 10,000 people would buy that. Easy. At least 10,000. Same with Krypto. Actually, whatever happened with Krypto? He was supposed to become a sidekick back in Chapter 6, Season 3, so did Epic just decide to scrap him? Oh, wait, I bet they're saving him for a bundle with Supergirl when her movie releases. Dang, that's unfortunate. That doesn't mean I don't want him in the game, it's just kinda unfortunate we have to wait a little bit longer than it was originally intended. Since I already talked about a Star Wars, Gaming Legends, and DC sidekick they could add, how about Marvel next? There are quite a lot of different Marvel characters they could add as a sidekick into this game, but I personally don't want at least one of those options. So instead, I am going to choose Miss Minutes as my option for the Marvel sidekick. No. I'm seriously going to suggest Jeff the Land Shark. And yes, before you ask, everything is okay at home. As much as I hate and dislike and despise and loathe this abomination, if Epic added Jeff into this game, I'm willing to guess that a minimum of 100,000 people would buy him, like 10 times as many people as BMO. So simply just suggesting this idea, I'm sure Epic Games' wallet is very hungry now. And unfortunately, I would make a lot of good content about that if Jeff was added to Fortnite. I honestly hope this doesn't happen. And now it is time for my 10th and final suggestion for this video. And yes, Miss Minutes was an actual selection that I've chosen. For the grand finale of this video, I want to show you this back bling, and this one here, and this one, and a lot more. But let's keep it simple and just have this one. What if every plushie back bling that has been added to the game already was added as a sidekick? Think of it, it's a lot better than the skin turning into an animal, and we have plushie back blings of other things as well. The Fall Guys being a Sprite, Fish Stick, Meowscles, 8-Ball. Wait, what? What do you mean the last three are part of the worst collab in the game? They're not a part of the Googimon collab. Oh, for the love, are you kidding me? Screw it, for this last option, I want to add the Among Us back bling as a sidekick. Just give us this thing. Why are they a part of the Googimon collab? Anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Please do consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to use creator code DeltaTheWildCard in the Fortnite item shop to get 0% off your next bundle. And I'll see you on the next one. God bless and goodbye for now.